Hello, welcome to CD number 4, Generating Realtor Bait. What do I mean by that? I mean the things that can get the realtors to be hooked on us, to want to send us business, and to build value in the eyes of the realtors so that we can continue to generate business. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the greatest area that most realtors struggle with, and that is sales skills. Most realtors did not go to college to become a realtor. In fact, many of them somehow ended up in real estate because they thought it would be an easy profession where they could show beautiful houses and make lots of money and drive a fancy car. Well, a lot of realtors quickly discover that they have to get on the phones, just like we do, and call people. They have to go out and take an area, which they usually call a farm, or a certain area that they continually work on to farm business from, and they have to go out there and get rejected, just like we do. And they struggle with that so much, you wouldn't even believe it. In fact, they struggle with it just as much as we struggle with getting rejected too. In fact, that's one of the things that makes most realtors quit the business, is because they quickly figure out that it's more than just showing beautiful houses. It's being told no, and that I hate realtors, and that realtors, you guys are a bunch of parasites. You just take 7% of what everybody makes on a sale and you just take it for yourselves, and you guys drive big fancy cars and blah blah blah. This is one of the things realtors struggle with. It's the same sales fatigue that we have to fight through every single day until we get good at what we do. Now, once we start making plenty of money, just like when they start making plenty of money, they get over it and they just plow through it and do their job. But many of them do struggle with the fact that they don't know how to prospect and sell, and a lot of times they don't have the toolkit that they need to successfully grow their business. One of the things that we're going to try to do to help the realtor with is to give them tools so that they can stay on top of their clients, so they can stay on top of their business, and why we can be a value add and be a part of their team. We're going to talk about all these things during this process. Now, most realtors suck at selling. They haven't studied the psychology of the sale probably as much as you have. In fact, many of them are true rank amateurs. They stumble and fumble from one deal to the next. They can barely make it happen. They really just make a lot of mistakes people-wise. They say things that create damage in a deal. One of the things that a lot of realtors will do is they will do things outside of the scope of their work, like talk about the loan and try to explain mortgage terms and mortgage concepts that they themselves may not fully understand, just to justify the fact that they're making so much money on the deal. One of the hardest things for a realtor to do is to sit back and shut up and just let the deal ride. Let everything work itself out because all the pieces are in place. There's a lot of realtors that will stick their fingers into a deal just because they feel they need to do that to justify their commission. And I've seen that happen so much over the years, where a realtor will start getting involved with other things, of explaining how an appraisal works, and explaining how this works and how that works, and how a variable rate loan works. You need to just tell the realtor politely, listen, I understand where you're struggling with this. I understand where you want to give your client the best service possible, but let's just focus on our respective areas of strength. I want you to just to focus on the fact that this deal is going to go well, that you're negotiating a good deal for the client, that things are going through smoothly, and I'll make sure the loan is going through smoothly, and I'll keep in contact with you. One of the things that realtors will really appreciate you for is the fact that you have something in place to do constant contact, constant communication, that you're sending weekly updates to them and to the clients, that there are no surprises, that you're sitting down there and calling them up with all the numbers as they change, and that you're walking down the numbers as you do the final HUD, so there's no surprises at the closing table. Everything is clean and clear and being done in order. And if you can do these things, what you're going to find is that everything will flow together smoothly and work out very well. One of the things realtors really want more than anything is for somebody to come into their business and to help them out and help take some of the stress off of them. Because a lot of realtors work too many hours. They don't prospect, but they struggle with getting all their paperwork done, making sure that everything is holding together on these deals, and they're always stressed out about the fact that they're usually one paycheck or one closing away from going under. Unless they've been established for a while and they have multiple deals in the pipeline, they're going to be very afraid, and they're going to babysit their deals to death. They're going to be like a mother hen, and they might eventually kill their deals because they're sitting on top of it and choking it from air. I've seen a lot of realtors screw up deals because they start getting too involved in the deal. And by too involved, what I mean is they start doing things that they don't know what they're talking about, and they create unnecessary drama and doubt in the minds of either the buyer or the seller, and they make one side or the other doubt that this is a good deal. A smart realtor will always cheerlead and try to make both sides feel that it's a win-win deal. If one side or the other feels like they're getting hosed, that's when the lawyers come out. What you're going to want to make sure that you do, more than anything, is be there as a resource to the realtor. And a lot of times, if you see somebody that's struggling with sales skills, I would highly encourage you just to sit down and talk with them and tell them of some of the things that have worked for you, some of the closes that have worked for you, some of the ways that you're able to diffuse situations and help buyers out. And if you take a newer agent or an agent who's still struggling to become a successful salesperson, and you invest a little bit of time in them and just help mentor them a little bit, they will love you and respect you forever. And that is the honest to God truth. Everybody who's ever given me nuggets of sales wisdom, who's ever helped me to go to that next level, I still honor them in my business to this day, and I give people lots of credit for making me what I am today. I just didn't grow up in a corner somewhere like a mushroom and just sprout out one day. I had a lot of people spend a lot of time helping me out, and I've learned from a lot of different people a lot of different approaches. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is what realtors want more than anything, what their lazy little souls want most in life, and why they're not going to get it, and why we don't need to feed into it. So let's talk about what their lazy little souls want most in life. And that is kind of a sarcastic lesson, but you'll understand what I mean when I get there. All right, let's talk about it right now.